Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Just to warn you, this video may be a little bit shorter than usual, and we'll get to it. But I was ready, and let's get going. Current blood sugar is at 6.1, again, as always, fully calibrated. I'm going to have to stop saying that. I have no active insulin in my system. I still have basal rates going in, but other than that, the pump decides when I need corrections, when I don't. The last couple of days, I've been up and down, all pretty much. It's been crazy. And I can tell you for the last couple of days, I really just took off from vlogging. I really didn't feel like doing it. I really didn't feel like doing it too much today. But I decided we have to get through and we have to make sure we get our videos done. Current blood is at 94%. 6% is above. So if we go, that's an hour and a half. I was high yesterday, and that was pretty much, I think, mostly after dinner last night, and it must have been some other time. But, oh, look, we dropped some more. Hopefully I'm not going to have to worry about this, and I'm going to settle down. We're going to have a better day. I enjoy sitting up. I thought I didn't, but now I've got a comfortable chair and I'm able to sit up longer. Today, we're going to talk to you about my diabetic nurse update, and I have pretty much a lot of them. I speak to my diabetic nurse pretty much every month at least. My diabetic doctor, I actually go and see once a year, and if we need anything, so we'll get going and we'll discuss things. So let's get to it, alrighty? This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, so I had a telephone conversation with my diabetic nurse. Well, she was pretty well happy with my outcomes. There we go, that looks a little bit better. So, that's it? Okay, thank you. We're going to watch my evening blood sugars, because my evening blood sugars, I do tend to spike. And we've had 2 days since my check-in with my diabetic nurse, and I'm more in range. I'm 93% of the time I'm in range, which is awesome. And I've gone from the 70% club to the 80% club, and now I'm at the 90% of the club. But it does take work, and you're just going to have to deal with it. And if you're finding that you're not getting to these numbers, it's time to speak with your diabetic nurse, your doctor, and find out why. Come up with a plan or see if it's something that they're worried about. It's important that you follow what your doctor says. Don't go out and just decide, well, I'm not getting those numbers, and the only way I can get those numbers is by getting more insulin. I'll just give myself a whole bunch of insulin and then my numbers are going to look great. Doesn't work that way, guys. You need to, excuse me, itchy nose. You need to constantly be aware of what your body's been doing. You need to watch what you're eating. You need to see how much eating carbs will bring your blood sugars up. Last night I ordered in. I kind of got tired of the food, or what the food was going to be for dinner last night, so I ordered in. I had calamari and lasagna, not mixed together, but calamari first and lasagna. Every time I have Italian food, I know my blood sugars are going to go skyrocket. And last night, we had that happen. I peaked out of time and range to 11.5. I usually just kind of glide over about 9. And we came down, had a little bit of a low for me, which I think was about 4.1. Now, for a lot of you, you are saying, 4.1, and you're considering that low, but I can drop very quickly. So, but as I said, I was 93% time in range for the last month, which was awesome. We talked about sensors, and can I get these readings on my iPad? Now, I use my iPad for taping these videos all the time. And as such, we constantly need to show you as things go on, but I don't have to show it off. I could say, okay, use this to tape onto that, but it's just easier pretty much. I can see you and we can talk about my blood sugars. Corrections, I was busy. I shot up and my body was saying, hey, I need more insulin. The pump delivered. And then it hit and I started to come down. That's the great thing about the pump. So we discussed my blood sugars. We discussed getting it on the iPad. The pump is doing what it's supposed to. We discussed that. We decided not to do any upgrades or changing in calibrations. So we didn't. And that was pretty much the phone call. I did ask a couple of things, explanation on why things are going a certain way. One of them being, well, I thought the pump was supposed to be keeping me at certain amounts. And that's where it's going to start taking control and giving updates and calibration and basal rates. It's all aimed to try to keep you there. This, I don't want to see these waves. I'd like a smoother pattern, but who doesn't? I think we all really would like that smooth pattern. You don't get the moody feelings of going high, coming down. I wake up in the middle of the night just really feeling dehydrated, and I drank an awful lot of water last night, but I was up. Imagine drinking water when you're high blood sugar. No diabetic has ever done that before. So, that's all we really talked about. It was quite a very short phone call. Now, we also had an email from the receptionist at my endocrinologist's office. And she kind of said, Dr. Shu would like to see you February 12th. So, great. February 12th, I'm going to go see him. I think it's in British Columbia. To be considered a patient, you have to see him at least once a year for pharmacare and the insurance body that pays out everything. So, allowing me to go see him is probably a good thing. And I wonder how things are going to go. Because it's usually, when I speak to Sandra, we go through some wild spaces and trying to explain why my blood sugar is where it is half the time. But we make it through. When I go see him, a couple of days beforehand, my blood sugars are steady as a rock. When I used to see Sandra, or my diabetic nurse, in her office, pre the big event that kept us all wearing masks and all in our homes, I would go see her in her office. And every time I'd go see her in her office, my blood sugar dropped. And I would sit there and drink a liter of Coca-Cola just to bring up my blood sugars. This was common. And then I go see a doctor and my blood sugars are fine. Yes, we'd like to think it was all our fault. And are we playing around? No, we're not playing around. It's just how things work out. So, that's what's happened in my diabetic life. I'd like to hear what's happened in yours. Write me a note. And with that, we'll leave it to you. Have a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll talk in just a moment what's up tomorrow. My next vlog topic will be Mike again. Just a quick note to let you know tomorrow's video is going to be entitled Defeating Diabetes. Yes. Something every diabetic just wishes we could do. And it's pretty much going to be centered around what can you do to help defeat diabetes. That's tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.